name is Robert Phillips and I'm a metal sculptor. Yeah, the last year I've been working on a few. And this show just came into, complete fitting with what's going on in my head about how to represent a human being in a very hard form. Passed away, yeah, she passed away in 1993 of Alzheimer's disease. And I was fortunate enough to be able to take care of her for a few good years. And within that, her death happened so sudden. There was not I never truly gave it enough significance, to tell you the truth. It was totally a situation that happened too fast, and I just did not integrate it because of the tragedy of it all. I didn't know how to integrate it, so this is a very good opportunity for me. I have no clue. I mean, the elements that I deal with are to be respected in the first place, because reaching temperature sometimes to ask for form is a big request, and the energy that it takes to get that, it has to, again, be respected. I mean, just using the natural resources to get these shapes is a miracle, is a gift, is a procedure that needs to be thought out before you go ahead and use the resources to, or just use, first of all, they're very expensive. And second of all, if you don't have your drawings down to make your form, you waste time. But you need to not waste time, but you need to play in order to loosen up enough to achieve your desired form. My mother did some things that are pretty extraordinary. She raised 7 of us, and like a lot of people, we didn't have a lot of money, and she was able to succeed with us. And so if you ask me the symbolism of Celtic knots, I would say it would be a representation of her dealing with raising us. It would be very, not similar, but it's just a small representation, Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, the carryover in my mom's life of Catholicism was, there was a lot of rules that she paid attention to. And one, for example, is she didn't want to remarry because there was no such thing at the time of an annulment through the Catholic. You weren't allowed to get remarried, or some craziness like that. And that's what she told us, why she didn't want to get remarried. And she would, say because of the church and this and that. She had a belief system from her youth about Catholicism, and that's why she put us in Catholic school. We weren't regular churchgoers at all. We didn't go to church too much. It wasn't my mom's story wasn't, it was a beautiful story, but it wasn't one of these golden success stories that some people have. Her success was under the radar. It wasn't about being the model citizen. She had it very hard, and she succeeded. And it was very ironic her to get ill. It was really ironic after all she went through. She was a single parent raising 7 children, and I was the last. And she never got her due. Let's just say, that's what I think. I think she never got her due. And so, it's interesting. The altar that we were raised with, the prominent altar of the Catholic Church, was so magnificent that the imprint in my head pretty much will never go away. It was a beautiful altar at St. Francis de Sales. Beautiful, beautiful altar. In terms of the symbolism in the house that would draw contemplative silence. It's interesting because when you think about like a meditation or a silence in a family structure, sometimes the only time that that would happen would be in terms of tragedy or loss. But a specific place wouldn't come to mind except that, you know, we had a living altar, which would be the kitchen where we would all be. It's interesting, you know, noting other cultures and the beauty of altars in the home. It's beautiful. But we didn't have any of that, to tell you the truth. We didn't even have we had Mary on the wall. Virgin Mary, that's what we had, and not a whole lot else. It was Mother Mary. She was the head of the church. Mother Mary, not the Pope. Mary's the head of the church, let's say. That's how it went down.
Who was the head of your family?
Mary. My name is Robert Phillips, and the name of my altar is Mary is Here. My mother, she got her citizenship in 1982. She had been here for a few good years before she was, you know, she got her citizenship. And I remember the day. It was it was great. It was like, well, you're never going to get that, are you? And she went and got it. And